Hello, Cherries. Happy New Year. Welcome to Live Year Cherries Sunday, episode 109. And in this video, I'm going to show you some simple ways to improve your minor blues soloing. And I think it's very important to play the blues, especially on New Year's Day. And because whatever you do on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is what you'll be doing the rest of the year. So you might as well play guitar. And it's important to play the blues. It's where your soul and feel come from. So today we're going to play the minor blues. So instead of playing major chords, like dominant 7 chords, we're going to play minor 7 chords. But there is one dominant at the end of the progression that leads back, even though it's a minor blues. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully you find this video very useful. And so what we'll do is, I have a progression. I have a backing track that I created. It's basically a C minor blues jam. So what I'll do is I'll just run through it a couple times, see where we're going with this, and then I'll break down some of the licks that I'm doing and some of the scales that I'm using here as well. So without further ado, kick on some sound, some delay. Tom G, Happy New Year's. Let me give you a round of applause. So I'll say hello to my friend Tom here for a second, then we will start the progression, and I will always put a time code in the description so that you know when the lesson's starting. I say, what are you drinking out there? I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. I still have a couple sips of my coffee left here. All right, let's have some fun playing the blues here. Happy New Year's to you. Yeah, let's put on the progression. It's basically C minor, fast 4, F minor. Hello, Ozman. Happy New Year. C minor, F minor. All right. Back to C minor. G minor, 4 chord, F minor, C minor, F minor, C minor, and here's the G7. hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. I go live every Sunday, even on New Year's. Not just once a year, but every Sunday. And so basically, there's a few ways that we could do this here. Let me go over to this camera angle right here, and I'll put on a chart here. And it's basically, you could play this scale right here through the whole progression. It's the C minor blues scale. And it's basically just like the pentatonic scale. You know, everyone knows the C minor pentatonic scale. But if you add one note in there, it's the sharp or the flat 5. You get that blues note, which is right here. In this case, it's the G flat. So you have that whole cool sound here where it's like. Now, what I just played before, I played a little bit more than that. Like I switched the scale with each chord. I basically played the C blues scale over the C. Then when I went to F, I played the F blues scale. And when I went to G, I played the part of the G blues scale. But you can use a combination of all of it. So you could play just the C through the whole thing. And sometimes if you want to add a little bit extra, you could add the blues scale that corresponds with that chord right there. But it's really simple to just kind of play this through the whole thing. Let's do one pass with just the blues scale. Just the C. Even on this F chord. I'm focusing on the F note of the C blues scale here. So watch, when it goes to F, I'm still playing the C minor blues scale. F. Like the C. Even on the G. The F. The F chord. C harmonic minor. That last chord's a little bit trickier because it goes to a G7 chord. And over that, you could actually just play C harmonic minor. Because it has the major third. It resolves really nicely. Roger, Charlie, hello. So good to see you. Playing a little blues. We're keeping it simple. You know, I had a gig the last 2 nights and got home really, really late, like 4 in the morning. And figured, what can I do today that's kind of simple, you know, not really very stressful. And this is always my, this is what I do when I want simple and less stressful. I play some minor blues. So hopefully you can get something out of this here. And yeah, so basically, you take the C blues scale. You could play just regular C minor pentatonic. But I think that when it goes to the 4 chord, so you have a fast 4, which means it goes to the 4 chord quick. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Second bar, the 4 chord, 3, 4. Back to the 1 chord, 2, and etc. Then it's basically a regular 12-bar blues after that. But when it goes to the 4 chord, the F, if you're going to stick on this one scale, the C blues scale, you could stay in the same note, just focus on the F. And then play the rest of the notes here. Like, you could play the, I mean, if you're so daring to do that. Like the C. And when it goes to the 5 chord, you just play the G note right here of the C scale. F. So you almost hear the chords in this scale when I'm playing it. So watch, it sounds like C minor scale. Then the F. F minor. Same scale. the G. Sometimes on this G, you could play a sharp 5. It's a very common note right there. Even though it's a G7 chord, you could sharp this 5th degree. Because over a 5 chord, you can almost play anything over there. Now, the second way we'll do it is we're going to go through, instead of playing the C there, once we go to the F, we could play the F blues scale, which is a really good position right here. I mean, a lot of people, when they go to F, if you want to change the scale, you go up to here. Because everyone knows the pentatonic's in those positions. Back to C. And then to G, F, C. But rather than taking your hand and moving it up here and moving it up here, you could play the same notes, play these same notes down here. Here's the same notes. So this fingering right here is basically the F blues scale, but it's right next to where your C blues scale is. So it's right in the same hand position. See, the regular pentatonic scale is like this. You add the blues note in there, you're just adding this extra note. So it's a lot easier if you're going from C minor to F. Right? Rather than going here. Back down to here. It's less flowing sounding. And it's the same thing when you go to the 5 chord. You just take the same pattern right here that you played on F and you move it up to G. Right here. Down to the F. C minor. Now this last chord is basically, it's a G7 chord. Technically, here's the G Mixolydian scale. Which you could play that leads to there. But even though that's the typical scale that you kind of should play over that, you could just play like a C harmonic minor. Over this G7. Basically, if it's in mode form, it would be the Phrygian dominant. Without being too complicated, it has to sound like this. It's very classical sounding, but it leads back to the C. So you don't have to play all those notes in there. Or you could play a G sharp 5 arpeggio. Basically, you're hitting the root, the third. You're hitting a chord, a G chord. It's a G major, but you're taking this 5th degree. And it resolves really nicely, so it's like an altered note. Same thing here. It's like a whole tone scale. It's a cool positioning too. And it leads to C. You can really go crazy with it if you want to, but we don't want to. It's early, you know, it's only the first day of the year. Roger Charlie. So sad to see so few people here. Good player and great teacher too. Well, don't be sad. It's not sad. The beauty of YouTube in this video is that, you know, it lives in it's evergreen, meaning that it'll just go on and it's for future views. I'll get views in the future on this. So it's not for nil. It's for right now. It's for y'all. But you know, the beauty is that you can watch it tomorrow. People will watch it next week, next month, the rest of the day. And it'll pick up some steam, and that's a lot of fun. But you know, hopefully someday it'll catch on, and a bunch of people will hang out with us and join and play some blues and learn guitar. So thank you. Thanks for bringing that up, Roger. Very, very cool. Let's give you a round of applause for the good words, the good vibes. Spending some time with me here on the first day of the new year. That is really cool. Thank you. And thank you, Ozman. Let's go ahead and take this progression. I just hope you understand that last part over the G. You could just play regular without even thinking. So the first pass, we'll play the regular minor pentatonic. Really not much thinking to it, right? Just playing the blues. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Osman. Awesome phrasing. Well, you know, the phrasing is very important because obviously it's the blues and you want to set up something. And the way I kind of go about the phrasing is I concentrate on bending. It's really the most important part. It's bending in tune. Like here's your C note. Bend right up to a C. And on the F, try your hardest to bend up. And another thing is I'm thinking of where am I going to land, essentially. Because if I'm in the middle of the first chord, I'm thinking before the next chord comes up, okay, if I'm in the middle of a riff, I have to land somewhere where it's right. It's not always easy. But I know that there's an F minor chord coming up next, so I could land on the F, or I could land on the third of it, or the fifth, which is the C. So if you're playing C, it goes to the F chord. Stay on C. Why? Because This is the fifth note, fifth degree of that F chord. Back to C. Then on the F, I'm hitting the minor note, the third, the minor note, bending up to it, and I know that the C is coming back. Now I'm bending up to the minor third of the C. I know the 5 chord's coming up. You go to that, to the G note. F minor. Now you know that last G7 is a dominant chord, so that's the one thing that's a little bit different. That's where you could just play the C instead of C minor, C harmonic minor, because it has that note in it, which is the major third of C, of G. Back to regular minor. Thank you, Roger. This whole progression, you could play the C minor scale over the whole thing. C minor. When it's on the C chord, play the C minor. When it goes to the 4 chord, the F, play the C minor, but start on the F note. It's kind of like playing modes within the blues. I'm gonna play the C minor scale, but I'm starting on the F. Like the C minor. Same notes. F minor. See, here's the tricky part right here. If you were to play the C minor blues on the 1 chord, and you go up to here, and you play that, it wouldn't be in, because you don't have a minor 6 over the F chord. It's kind of like a Dorian. It's just, that's the note right there. So you'd have to play in this position, because here's the C, and you don't want to play the C sharp. So if you're playing here, you could do this position, this pattern. Let's put it on here so you can see the guitar a little bit better. See what I mean? Like in the C area. This position. If it was up in F, you have to play it there. And on the G, that would be, you could play it here. But you'd also have to play it here. Because all these notes, it's just C minor. So if it's the F is here, same as this. And on the G, same as here. Nope. This is all notes of the C minor scale. So it's really like a Phrygian mode over the G. Nope. And here you go. Here's the C harmonic minor or G Phrygian dominant. So it's, but all in all, it's just the minor scale. C minor scale. All right. Having some fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this. You're enjoying this. All right. So just want to mention real quick that I do have a guitar course. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. I'll just tell you about it really quick. It's a 3-part course where I teach the fretboard, easy way to memorize where all the notes are. A couple of videos on that, and then I go into the circle of fifths, where that's where all music lies in that circle, including this progression. It shows how to build chord progressions, interesting chord progressions. And then lastly, I go over the blues, where I show a few different 12-bar blues progressions, lots of different charts, lots of different ways of practicing vibrato and bending strings to improve your intonation. So check it out. And it's only $9.99 now. So check out the course. I really appreciate that. You see a link at the top of my description. I'll go to jerrycherry.com. So thank you very much for that. So, all right. I think we'll close it out here with just a couple quick tips. When doing this, just focus on keeping it really simple. I mean, you can play the harmonic, you can play the pentatonic scale over this whole progression, but I would focus on, excuse me, phrasing, just bending strings, your vibrato. Just get a nice tempo of your wiggle there. You know what I mean? Got some delay on here. When you're bending notes and then timing, trying to land on time on the beats. Happy New Year, Mike. Give you a round of applause. All right, guys. So thank you very much. Happy New Year's to you. And if you want to see another video on 5 steps to becoming a better blues guitar player, I'll put it right up here. So thanks for spending some time with me. I love you guys. Happy New Year. I wish you the best in 2023. All right, Tom G, you are the best. And you know what I'll do? I'll put on my New Year's hat. Close this out. All right. Enjoy your day, guys. Peace, and I'll see you next Monday. All right, Ozman. Be cool, Tom G, Mike, Roger, Charlie. You guys are the best. Keep rocking, keep playing, keep that guitar warm. And 2023 is going to be amazing. See you guys next time. Ciao, y'all. Thank you.